Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After our expedition to Europa and expeditions last week, we're going to play a very different game on the channel. We're going to play just our second sports game on the channel as we play APBA Hockey from APBA Games. As the name suggests, this game's a hockey simulator, and we've got a classic matchup lined up for you today as fans are filing in to the arena. Let's go ahead and meet our starting goaltenders and introduce our two teams. In short, the way the game will work is we'll roll 2d6, and I'll actually bring the d6s over I'm going to be using for today's game. So we've got a red and a white d6. I'll use the red as my 10s and the white as my 1s. So with our roll, so say our starting goalie for the Boston Bruins, who's going to be our visiting team today, Tim Thomas, roll. So let's say this is his roll. That would be a 5 and a 4 would be a result of a 54, because again we're using the red as our 10s, white as our 1s. So we'd consult that, get a number off of that, then go to the appropriate chart, which in this case will be a goalie chart, and we'll do whatever it tells us to on the chart. In addition to that, we've also got some different stats on here. The position and the number here is going to be relevant for the forwards and the defensemen, not for the goalie. We've also got forecheck, shot frequency, shot range. Those will make it a little bit more sense later. Number of minutes, I'm not sure what that's used for. Probably for time in game for accuracy. Face-off rating for the centers. Assist rating, which will be effective for some stuff that checks that. Penalty ratings, clearing, and intimidation. But a lot of those will be relevant, like I said, to the forwards and the defensemen on the team. So yes, Tim Thomas will be our starting goalie for the visiting Boston Bruins. Now let's go meet our home goalie along with our home team. Forgot to mention with Tim Thomas, he won the Conn Smythe in 2011 as the Bruins won the Stanley Cup. As far as his opponent today, the Boston Bruins are going to be visiting the Bell Center up in Montreal, taking on the Montreal Canadiens. And starting in net, we have Ken Dryden for Montreal. I was very surprised not to see Patrick Waugh for the Montreal team, but he's on the Colorado team. Waugh did start his career with Montreal, but we're getting a bit off track here, and that's not relevant to today's game. Dryden's claim to fame is he was, I believe, the only player in NHL history, somebody who's a bigger hockey fan than I am will probably correct me on this, but if my memory serves me correctly, Dryden is the only player in NHL history to win the Conn Smythe before his first full season in the NHL. And I believe he won, I don't know which of the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year or the Vezina for Best Goaltender he won. He might have won both of them in his next full season, but once again, somebody will probably correct me on that. But Ken Dryden is our starting goalie for Montreal, so now let's move over to the main game area to set things up over there. This game area actually looks fairly busy, so let me see if I can explain a little bit of what I've got going on here. I've got dice laid out everywhere, and a lot of it's to help me see what some of the numbers that I need to check for are at first glance. First up here, we've got a stack of index cards. Those are the time sequences, so we'll bring those up here. In APBA Hockey, you take time increments off in 30-second increments. So every time I see, we'll actually bring one of the charts over here and shot. Whenever I see this X in a parenthesis next to a result, then I'll tick off one of those time sequences, and we'll advance the time that way. That'll probably make more sense as we get into the game. I've got a D6 up above each team's dial, and I'll explain what the dials are for in a second. The die up there represents the number of forecheckers, which will impact us on our normal chart. So right now, both teams are starting off with 2 forecheckers. They can go as low as 1 or as high as 3. I'm trying to remember which one is. I believe 1 is a looser forecheck and 3 is tighter. Let me just double check that real quick here. That's not what I want. Forechecking strategy. Here we go. 3 forecheckers has the best chance of forcing turnovers or goals. So yes, that's looks like 3 forecheckers is tightest, 1 is loosest. Oh no, actually I've got that backwards. 3 forecheckers looks like it's more offensive pressure. 3 looks like, yeah, one forechecker is the strongest defensive posture. 3 is the strongest offensive pressure. Just wanted to make sure I had all that straight. Then I've got a set of extra dials from Marvel Champions. That represents each team's score on the board. I'll be keeping track of stats on I've got my iPad off shot as well to keep track of stats. Then we've got all our player cards and player sheets. So what I've done here, I think I got this idea from Jester, where what he does is he's got his player sheets organized here. He's got his player cards organized in the sheets that have been cut up. And then all he does is when he makes a line change, when we make a line change, we'll flip those over like so. It'll be a little bit more involved for the forwards, but that's the general idea there. As far as the other dice we've got, each team also has a pair of spin downs, and what that's for is that's for the ODAI, Opponent's Defense Adjustment Index. There are some results on the chart that are in red. You might have seen that when we had the chart and shot briefly. If it results in red, that will trigger an ODAI check, which might modify the result potentially, depending on the number of forecheckers that each team has. The percentile dice represent the intimidation factor. So as you saw when we were looking at the goalies, each player has an intimidation rating that we might end up having to use to check something there. As far as the D12s down here, that represents the defenseman's clearing rating. There will be a result. If we have to check the clearing, I want to be able to see that at, where is it? I want to be able to see that at first glance. Which I think, it's up here. So the total clearing rating, I'll explain more about how that works when it actually comes into play, which I believe is on the potential goal chart. Yes, that is on the potential goal chart. All right, then we've got red and black D6s up over on each side by the forwards. That's actually being used for the forwards' forecheck ratings. That's something else I might need to check as part of some of our results. And I'll explain more about how those work when we actually have that come up. The black block over here represents the puck. And I think that should be most everything set up. So we've got our first lines out. The fans are filing into the Bell Center in Montreal. The national anthem's over, and we're just about ready to drop the puck. So let's drop into this game and drop the puck. We've got our first liners out. Face-off ratings are even, so I've got my face-off chart over here off shot. And this time we'll be totaling the dice results. A 10 is going to go to the home right wing, so that will go to Guy Lafleur. I'll be moving, actually, let me see if I can move my iPad. I'm going to bring a charger in the first time I turn the camera off, but that'll be, actually, I do want to fill in one face-off win for Montreal. Help if I finish. I thought I had everything I needed set up. All right. One face-off win for Montreal. Lafleur with the puck. And let's take it away. 43 is going to be a 29, which with 2 forecheckers is going to be intercepted by the left defenseman, so it'll go over to Bobby Orr, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. So over to Orr now, who's got the puck. He's waiting to see what he's going to be doing with it. 51 is a 2, which this will take an ODAI check. So right now Montreal's got a 22. That will be adjusted by +2, which means Bobby Orr is going to get a shot on goal. So his shot range is a 23. He's got to be at that or lower for it to be considered an on-target shot. 53 is most definitely not on target, so Dryden is going to face his first test of the game, but he'll come up with an easy save. Come on. There we go. So now Dryden will make the save, which means we'll go to our potential goal, or no, our normal save chart. 16 is a 28. That can't be good. Save a shot on goal for the opposing 4th highest shot frequency, but we have to check the clear rating. So a shot on goal, let's figure out who the 4th highest shot frequency is going to be for the Bruins first. 20, 19, 18, 24. I believe it's going to be a 20 for Milan Lucic. But before we get to that, we need to roll for the... We need to check the clear rating, which, if I remember correctly, if the total clearing rating is greater than a 2-dice roll, so the clear rating right now is a 10. It sounds like we want this roll to be higher for the shot on goal. Total clearing rating of the left defenseman and right defenseman are equal to or greater than a 2-dice roll. So this needs to be an 11 or 12 for Lucic to get his shot on goal. That's a 9, so the puck's going to get cleared for a defensive zone face-off, which means we'll tick off another 30 seconds. And now I'm actually going to step away to get a charger so I can move my iPad and I'm not walking behind the camera constantly. We're not making any line changes right now. The Bruins already have an offensive zone face-off, and we've got another even face-off. An 11 is going to the visiting left defenseman, so the Bruins actually pick up a face-off win, and Bobby Orr gets the puck. So once I get a face-off win for Boston, we'll see what he's doing with it. So Casper manages to win it back to Orr. A 66 is a 1. That'll trigger an ODAI adjustment. Actually, I don't think on the face-off chart you actually check the ODAI. Here it is. So offense wins, shot on goal. So Orr's shot range is a 23, which means once again we need to be at or below that. 55 is most definitely not on target. So Dryden will come up with another save. So far it's been all Boston. Let's see what Dryden's doing with the puck. 55 is a 2, which on a normal save, the right defenseman will pick it up, so it'll over to Larry Robinson, and we'll take off another 30 seconds. Now Robinson with the puck. 22 is a 3. 23 for Boston will actually trigger a +3 adjustment. That was a 3, so that'll go up to a 5, which will be a shot on goal. Because a shot on goal, if any teammate has an assist rating higher than the roll, and I think a lot of them do. So yeah, we've got several who have a higher offensive or higher assist rating. Robinson's shot range is a 21. A 51 won't be on target, so Thomas will come up with this one. Thomas getting his first action of the game. And we'll see what Thomas does with it. 41 is a 6, which on a save, Thomas will smother it for a defensive zone face-off, and we'll tick off another 30 seconds. And I think after 4 time sequences, both teams will change it up. We'll get our second lines on. So we'll bring the Esposito line in for Boston. Montreal will counter with the Jarvis line. We'll just get wholesale changes. Montreal is our offensive zone face-off this time. Montreal is a +2 on this face-off. Snake Eyes going to the visitor. Going to the visitor on a 2-7, home 8-12. So 6 actually goes to Esposito, which means Boston will pick up another face-off win. And we'll see what Esposito does with the puck this time. Esposito manages to win the puck to himself on a potential tie-up. 11 is a 1. That will be a shot on goal. His shot range is a 23. Actually, this is a... Yeah, never mind. This is a defensive zone win for Boston. So yeah, still a shot on goal, which means he manages to take it straight through. Shot at 23. 32 will not be on target, which means Dryden will come up with this one. All right. Oh, come on. And my red die went flying, but not too bad. At least it didn't go where I had to pull the whole table out. 61 on Dryden's card is a 6. With a save, now Dryden will smother it for a defensive zone face-off. So we're getting a lot of action here early on. I will update my shot chart. Right now, shots are 3-1 Boston, but we have no score on the board. So Montreal remains a +2 on the face-off. A 10 goes to the disadvantaged left wing, so it's over to Marcotte for Boston. Boston picks up another face-off win. We're looking for an offensive zone draw this time for Boston. A 66 is a 1. That'll be a shot on goal. Marcotte's range is a 32. A 54 still won't be on target, which means neither goalie's really been tested all that much today, so Dryden will come up with another save. Let's see what he does with this one. 36 is a 33. That can't be good. Save and a shot on goal for the opposing right defenseman, so over to Milbury. His shot range is a 21, though. 53 still won't be on target. Dryden definitely getting put through his paces early. But so far he's managed to find them all. 65 is a 35 on a normal save. Save with a rebound. And I know I've got rebound charts here. Here we go. So we roll... So it looks like we roll one die. Actually, we roll... I'm trying to remember how this works. Okay, so we determine the player taking the rebound shot. We've got a chart for that. 1 is the highest offensive I rating. Let's see, 6, 9 for Esposito, 8, 4. Looks like it'll be Esposito taking the rebound, potentially taking the rebound shot. So now we roll... So his I is a 9, which means I'm consulting this rebound chart. A 5 will be a shot on goal +4. So his shot range actually goes up 23, 4, 5, 6. His shot range goes up to a 31. 32 is just off the mark. So Esposito with his first shot on goal. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shots right now are 6-1 Boston, but we're still scoreless. But Dryden will come up with another save. 54 is a 32 on a normal save. Shot on goal for the opposing left defenseman. So over to Sweeney now. Shot range is a 14 for Sweeney. 34 is very much not on target. Dryden's starting to come up huge here. I think he's finding his groove. 13 is a 5. On a normal save, it'll be picked up by the right wing, so over to Richer, and we'll finally tick off 30 seconds. So now over to Richer with the puck. 55 is a 1, which will trigger an ODAI. Actually, I forgot to recalculate all of that. So 4, 7, 11, 8, and 19. I can't do first-grade math, apparently. And then for Montreal, 10, 12, 20. So a 19 for Boston with 2 forecheckers is a +1. That'll be a 2, which will still be a shot on goal for Richer. So his shot range is a 31. And 11 is very much on target. Let me get that into... So an 11 is very much on target. Let's see if Thomas can come up with this one. A 13 is a 4. Potential goal save. Thomas does come up with it, and it goes back over to Marcotte, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Marcotte now with it. 35 is a 5, which should trigger another ODAI check. 20 for Montreal with 2 forecheckers is a +2, which means that'll be 7 block rating +2. So some of the block shot ratings for the 2 opposing defensemen, which I also needed to recalculate. 4, 4, 5 is 13. 3, 3, that'll be 9. I'm just pausing here to check some of my numbers. Block rating is okay, so this is the Okay, this is the clearing that I'm looking at. 8 for Montreal, and moving over to Boston, 7. All right, so we're block +1 on our shot, which means we roll a die. The shot on goal occurs unless the block shot ratings of the defenseman plus the number to the right are greater than or equal to the sum of the additional die roll. So our block shot rating right now is a 3, which means that we want the roll to be greater. So we want the roll to be greater than 4, which means we want 4 and up. No, 4 and up blocks a shot. That's a 3, so the shot goes through from Marcotte. His shot range is 32. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but this video is going to be fairly clunky as I'm still somewhat learning the game. Shot from Marcotte, 56 will not be on target. And that'll be Dryden will come up with this one as well. For 8 shots for Boston to 2 for Montreal is what our shots are at right now, but we still have no score. So Dryden will make the save. 25 is a 3. It'll get picked up by the center, and we'll tick off another 30 seconds. Montreal with the puck, they're going to try to make a line change on the fly. Which means we've got our line change chart. I know we've got line change somewhere here. What in the world did I do with my line changes? Oh, change on the fly. Never mind. Okay, found it. So Montreal is going to look for a line change. 26 means it'll go to the opposing center, and they'll make their change, bring on their third line. They'll get a full change of personnel here, and we'll recalculate everything. ODAI 8, 10, 18 for Montreal. Forecheck 3, 10. This is clearing is a 6. I think we got all of that straight. Boston also wants to make a line change. 23 will go to the opposing center. They'll go over to Carbonneau, and they'll make their change. Boston will bring out the Oates line. And we'll play on. Hopefully we get a stoppage of play here pretty soon, but Carbonneau with it now for Montreal. 33 is a 1. 33S is a 1. 19 with 2 forecheckers is going to be up to a 2. 2 forecheckers will be a shot on goal for Carbonneau. His shot range, let's see, clearing rating was a 7. Carbonneau's shot range is a 31. Which a 64 will not be on target, so Thomas will find this one. And we'll see what Thomas does on a normal save. So Thomas is going to easily find this one. 61 is a 6. On a normal save, he'll smother it for a defensive zone face-off, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. I think we're going to I'm going to take a quick drink of water here. We'll make sure shots are updated. Shots right now should be 8-3 Boston, but we still have no score. So we've got a defensive zone face-off. So we've got Montreal in the offensive zone right now. Face-off is a +2 for Montreal. 11 is going to the advantaged right wing, so that's going over to Chris Nilan. That will be face-offs are 3-2 Boston. Shots are 8-3 Boston, but we still have no score. Nilan with an offensive zone, or Carbonneau with an offensive zone win. 35 is a 6 with an offensive zone win. That'll be a shot on goal for Nilan. His shot range is a 33. And 11's on target. We'll find out now if Thomas can come up with it. So that'll be... Oop. There we go. All right, let's see what Thomas does with this one. He's got to come up big here. 32 is a 26, and Score! Montreal getting on the board. Chris Nealon with the first goal of the game. I'm just going to do some stat keeping here. Oop. All right, who else was on the ice? Svoboda and Brisebois. Oop. There we go. Good grief. And who was on the ice for Boston? The Oates line. Along with O'Connell and Park. And it is 1-0 Montreal. So now we need to roll for assists. Montreal had 1.65 assists, so we've got a chart for that. Once again, it'll be a combination roll. 65, goal was unassisted, so Nealon with no assists. In case, I'm just typing on my iPad in case you're wondering what you're hearing. So that was at 4:30 of the first period. And it is now 1-0 Montreal, so we'll grab the dial here. Adjust Montreal's dial up to 1, so it is 1-0 Montreal. And I've got to check intimidation again. 5, 10, that should be 15. And for Montreal, 5, 10, 15. Trying to keep all these numbers up to date so I can see them at a glance, but I'm going to take a small break so we can come back for another face-off. The crowd at the Bell Center is going crazy on the heels of that last goal. I almost forgot to check. Okay, that was for, I believe those dice are for the forward's forecheck. So we can get that out of the way. 3-11. Just while the crowd's buzzing, I'm just going to make sure all my numbers are straight that I need to see at a glance. 10, 8, 18, okay. 4, 7, 10, 8, 18. Okay. Now that I've got all my numbers straight here, actually my clearing... Yep, looks like my clearing's all good. Okay, everything's straight. So we're back to center ice for another face-off, with Montreal having the lead now. Face-off is once again a +2 in favor of Montreal. 9 is going to the disadvantaged center, so Adam Oates with it now. Shots are 8-3. Actually, shots should be 8-4 Boston. Faceoffs are 4-2 Boston, but the score right now is 1-0 Montreal. So over to Adam Oates. Let's see what he does with it. A 26 is a 9. A 9, we got a block shot, which will go to the left defenseman. So Svoboda with it now. Right. Yes, left defenseman takes possession, which doesn't tick off a time sequence, surprisingly. 23 is a 22, which probably is nothing exciting. Right back to Oates, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Oates with it now. 23 is a 5, which will probably trigger an ODAI check. Yep. With an 18. 2 forecheckers is a +1. Shot on goal with a block +1. So we need a 3, 4. So if the shot is less than 4, the shot goes through. Let me just double check that. I believe that's how it works. Shot on goal occurs unless some of the block shots rating plus the... Okay, so... Right, so we want a 3 or less here for a shot for Oates. That's a 4, so it gets blocked. And who takes possession of it after that? Okay, so it's a block shot, which means the left defenseman would take it again, so Svoboda gets it right back, which I don't believe ticks off a time sequence. No, so Svoboda gets it back. 65 is a 36. We've got a fight on a 2-8 or neutral zone face-off on 10-12, or on 9-12. A 7, I gotta look up how we do fighting. Because we've got a fight breaking out now. Let me look here. Actually, there should be something on here. If result in fight range, potential for fight. That's what I'm trying to find out. See the penalty section on page 4. Player whose card. Okay. Player whose card. Look at the major ratings for the opposing players on the ice. Let's see. So majors. Okay, so I believe we start with the highest. Roll the dice for this player and combine. If the dice roll is equal to or less than the player's major rating, so equal to or less. So we'll start off with Stanley Jonathan, who's got a major rating of a 26. 46 will not work. Then over to Cam Neely with a 12. Nope. And Brad Park, also with a 12. No. And if we don't find no opposing player, no fighting major, and the player receives a 2-minute minor. So Svoboda gets a 2-minute penalty, which means Boston will move to the power play. So the 2-minute penalty there will be for roughing, I guess. Hang on. Just doing a little bit of stat keeping here. That'll be a 2-minute penalty, 1 at 5:30 of the first period. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of setup for a power play, and then we'll come back with Boston on the power play. Boston's got their power play unit out with a golden opportunity to tie this game. And I think one more thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this card like so. That way I know when the penalty is over. So Boston is now only down 1 on the face-off, but they've got a golden opportunity to tie this game. A 7 advantage plus 1 is going to the advantage right wing, so Nealon with it. And Montreal has pulled within 1 on the face-off department, but they're ahead in the only score that actually matters. So back over to Nealon. Montreal shorthanded. 24 is a 9, which with the shorthanded, a 9 is going to be intercepted by the right defenseman. So over to Bork. Ray Bork now trying to get Boston's power play set up. A 61 is a 6, which Bork's going to let fly with a shot on goal on a block plus 1. So block right now is a 1, which, wait. Shot on goal occurs unless the sum of the block shot ratings is greater than or equal to. So basically, as long as Bork rolls the die, he'll get the shot on goal. Yeah, 2 will give him a shot on goal. With the power play, the Bruins' shot range is actually increased for everybody by 2 with a 1-man advantage. So Bork's shot range is a 23, which a 13 is very much on target. So now we got to see if Dryden can come up with it. So that'll be the 9th shot for Boston, first on the power play. A 12 is a 25. Score! Ray Bork ties the game on the power play. Which will be, I believe, that column. Yep. All right, so now we are all even Steven at 1. I'm just, like I said, I'm doing my stat keeping over here. So Boston on the power play, and we'll roll for assists. $36 will be, Boston had how many assists per game? 1.7. That'll be 2 assists. All right, so Bork from Orr and Lucic. 1 at 6 minutes in the first period. So we'll tick off 30 seconds. And Svoboda will come out of the sin bin. We'll leave these lines on for Montreal. I'll leave this line on for Montreal. Let's get plus ratings for, get plus and minus ratings for the teams. Let's see, Lambert, the -1, 1, 1, and Brisebois on a -1. Okay. Now that we've got that straight, we'll adjust the Bruins score up, recheck Montreal's, all of Montreal's stats. 8, 10, 18 on ODAI. Red dice were, right, the forwards forecheck. 7, 10. Clearing rating is now 6 for Montreal. And I think we're all set there. So let's bring everybody back to center ice and we'll drop the puck for another face-off. A 7 on a +1 is going to the advantage right wing, so back to Milan. Which means Montreal has now tied the face-off department, but the game's also tied, so over to Milan. 42, I can also turn that since I no longer need it. A 42 is a 21. With 2 forecheckers, that'll be intercepted by Lucic. And we'll tick off 30 seconds. Back to Lucic. 56 is a 34. Penalty for 2 minutes. So we got to check the... I know you're on here. Maybe you're not. I thought you were. I believe we check for each player on... Nope. Looks like Lucic just gets assessed a penalty. So Lucic got caught slashing. So he'll go off for 2 minutes at 7 in the first period. Which means now it'll be Montreal's turn to go on the power play. And I'll recalculate for Boston. I don't think we'll need ODAI for this one. Forecheck will be a 9. I'm not going to worry about calculating most anything. So now it's Montreal's turn to go on the power play. So once again, face-off is a +1 for Montreal. 6 goes to the advantage left defenseman, so over to Svoboda. Which means now we're at 5-4 on the face-offs for Montreal. Svoboda with it. A 41 is a 24, coming off of an offensive zone win. 24 will be intercepted by the left defenseman, so Orr will actually take this one. And I'm going to turn, let's see, the penalty was at 7 minutes. So we actually should have ticked off another 30 seconds when the penalty came through. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll tip that card. Anyway, now that we've got it intercepted, we're back over to Orr. 62 is going to be an 8. Shorthanded, be a neutral zone face-off. So we'll tick off another 30 seconds. Back to the neutral zone to drop the puck. A 6 goes to the advantage left defenseman, so right back to Svoboda. Faceoffs are now 6-4 Montreal. So Svoboda now. 41 is a 24 with a man advantage. 24 will be intercepted by Orr once again, and we'll tick off another 30 seconds. Montreal does not look like they're going to be able to get anything going with this power play. Boston lit the lamp with theirs. 61 is a 15, shorthanded. That'll be a pass. With a possible automatic shot on goal. So we need to figure out who it's being passed to. Highest shot, we need to check on shot frequency. 4 is going to the second highest shot frequency. So the second highest, 24, looks like it's going to Crowder. And if the assist rating is Reroll both dice. If the roll is equal to or less than or equal to the passer's assist rating, so assist is a 45 for or. 31, Crowder's going to let fly with a shot here. His shot range is a 32. 46 will not be on target, so Dryden will find this one. That'll be a 10th save for Dryden. Let's see what he does with it. 24 is a 19. Save, but it'll go right back to or, and we'll tick off 30, I believe, right? Yes, tick off another 30 seconds. So right back to or it goes. 41 is a 7, which shorthanded will be a neutral zone faceoff, and we'll tick off another 30 seconds, and that will do it for the penalty on Lucic. So Montreal not able to get anything going on this penalty kill. And Boston's actually going to make a line change here. They're going to put their second line back out. As will Montreal. They're going to get their checking line out, which is this line centered by Saku Koivu. And they'll put their best defense pairing out with him. So we'll go ahead and check our numbers. 6, 18. So that's all good. That is intimidation, I believe, for 10. Forward's forecheck is a 9. Clearing rating is a 10. So so Montreal's defensemen can get it out in a hurry. Boston's everything 7, 11, 19 for ODAI. Forecheck is 8, 13. Clear for Boston is a 7. Intimidation 11. And 6 is 17. Right, I believe we established that was going to be a neutral zone face-off. 41, I believe that was on... Okay, I think that was... Yeah, so we got a neutral zone face-off coming off. That killed off the penalty, that's right. Sure, face-off is +1 to Montreal. An 8... Disadvantaged left wing, so that'll be going over to Marcotte. All right, Marcotte with the puck off the face-off win. 41 is a 24. Intercepted by the left defenseman, so over to Tremblay. Tick off 30 seconds. 13 is a 22. Intercepted by Esposito, tick off 30. .46 is an 11. Let's see, 18 with two forecheckers. There's a +1. Pass. So we got to pass once again. Esposito passing to... I believe he's going to the highest shot frequency this time. Yes, he is. Highest shot frequency, 17, 17, 8, 6. We'll go to O'Reilly since he hasn't taken any shots yet this game, I don't think. No, he's taken 1, but he's taken the fewest. Now you roll, if the roll is less than or equal to the assist rating for Esposito, O'Reilly will let loose with a shot. 25 is lower, so O'Reilly will take the shot. A 12 will be on target. We'll see if Dryden comes up with this one. Dryden's got to come up big. A 24 is a 19. And it's in, just barely, but O'Reilly picks up the goal, and Boston takes the lead. So 2-1 Boston now. And since that was a pass from Esposito, we'll see let's see how many assists we had. So actually, let me go down to my goal chart down here. So that was O'Reilly, Boston from Esposito. And we'll see how many assists there are on the play. 14 says 2 assists. Since we're already giving Esposito 1, we'll roll this for the second. Well, Esposito was going to get the assist anyway, and Sweeney. 1 at 10:30 of the first period. So now Boston is up 2-1. And we'll bring everybody back to center ice, and I need to take a small break. The crowd at the Bell Center is stunned as Boston has managed to take open up a 2-1 lead on Montreal. We've made some changes and everything's all set. Montreal's got their scoring line out. They need to get this thing tied up. Face-off is +1 to Montreal. 7 going to the advantaged right wing, so over to Lafleur. That'll be face-offs are 7-5 Montreal. Shots are 11-4 Boston, and the score is 2-1 Boston. Over to Montreal with Lafleur. 43 is a 29. That's probably going to get intercepted. Yep, by O'Connell, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Over to O'Connell. Off the interception from Lafleur. 14 is a 30. I suspect that's going to go right back. No, it's going to be an icing. Defensive zone face-off. We'll leave our lines as is. Boston wouldn't be able to change anyway because they iced the puck. But now it's an offensive zone face-off for Montreal. An 8 going to the disadvantaged left wing, so over to Jonathan. Over to Stanley Jonathan. Which will bring face-offs to 7-6 Montreal. Over to Jonathan. 53 is a 19. Which will be intercepted by the... Wait, why do I have 2 results here? Hold on, I gotta check something. Because I had... There was something different there. I'm double checking something. Oh, I bet that was a safe play. 53 on Jonathan was a 19. We're not doing anything with safe stuff, so it'll just be intercepted by the left defenseman. Over to Tremblay, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. So over to Tremblay with it. 55 is a 5. ODAI for Boston. It's going to bring that up to a 6, and with 2 forecheckers, that'll be a shot on goal, block +1. So block is 4, +1 is 5. So this needs to be... I'm always confused at how this works. Reroll 1 die. Shot on goal occurs unless the sum of the block shot ratings is greater than the sum of the additional die roll. Wait, that doesn't make sense. So if the block rating is a 4... Wait, so block +1 is going to be a 5 in this case. Shot on goal occurs unless the sum of the block shot ratings... Okay, so the roll wants to be less... Okay, the roll wants to be less, I think, for the shot. The sum of the block shot ratings is greater than or equal to the sum of the die roll. Okay, so it looks like a 4 or less means the shot goes through. That's a 6, so it'll be blocked. The O'Connell will take possession of the puck. O'Connell off the block. 33 is a 1. ODAI will bring that up to a 2. And that'll be a shot on goal for O'Connell. His shot range is a 21, so not great. A 22 is just off the mark. That was very close. So Dryden will come up with it. And we'll see what he's doing with it. 32 is a 26. He's probably giving it right back away. Save shot on goal for the second highest shot frequency. So the second highest shot frequency, 26-20, would be Oates, but we need to check the clear rating first. So if the total clearing rating is equal to or greater than... So if it's equal to or greater than... So if it's greater than or equal to 10, the puck gets cleared. If not, it's shot. That's an 11, so the puck will get cleared for a defensive zone face-off, right? I believe... Yes, clear off the glass for a defensive zone face-off. So Boston will be on the... We'll have an offensive zone face-off here. Still +1 to Montreal. A 6... Going to the advantage left defenseman, so back to Tremblay. So over to Tremblay off a defensive zone win for Lemaire. 52 is a 27. Intercepted and shot on goal by the center, which will tick off 30 seconds. So Oates' shot range is a 26. 25 is on target, so we got to see if Dryden can find this one. Getting a roll on Dryden's card. 44 is a 2. I'm pretty sure he'll find that one. Yes, he will. Picked up by the right defenseman, and we'll tick off another 30. Over to Robinson. 65 is a 29 with 2 forecheckers. Intercepted by O'Connell. We'll tick off another 30. Probably going to go one more play and then look to get some line changes in here for both teams. So O'Connell... 51 is a 5, which I believe will trigger an ODAI check. 18 will bring that up to a 6, which means shot on goal, block +1. Block for the defenseman right now is a 3, +1 is 4. A 2 means the shot will go through for O'Connell. His shot range is a 21. Which a 44 will not be on target, so Dryden will find this one. 12 is a 25, which will be save shot and goal for the highest shot frequency, which in this case will be Neely, but we got to check the clear rating first. An 8 means Neely will let fly with a shot range of a 32. 36 will not be on target, which means Dryden will find another one. 26 is a 20. Save and picked up by the opposing right defenseman. Park is going to stay. Bruins are going to stay on the attack here. They're starting to pepper Dryden here. 64 is a 5, which I believe will trigger moving that to a 6. Yep. So that'll be another shot on goal, this time by Park. So we need to roll against the clear rating. A 9 means the shot will just barely go through. Park's shot range is a 21. 13 will be on target. We got to see if Dryden can find this one. Rolling on Dryden's card. 41 is a 6. Save, and Dryden will finally smother it for a defensive zone faceoff. The Canadiens were very much running out of gas on that one. So we'll tick off another 30 seconds. Both teams will make line changes, and we'll come back with that ready. Boston is looking to press the attack here. They got a great shift where they got like 3 or 4 shots off on Dryden. So let's see what happens with the faceoff here. It's actually an even faceoff. 9 going to the visiting left wing, so over to Lucic. Not a good sign if you're a Montreal fan. So over to Lucic on an offensive zone faceoff win. 54 is a 32. This might be a relief for... They're going to pass it unless the intimidation rating is a 16, and right now it's a 9. So Lucic is going to pass it to Lucic is going back to the point for Bork, which I believe does not tick off the... No, if it's intercepted, it would tick off a time sequence. But since it got back to the point, back to Bork. 46 is a 41. Possible bench minor, so we need to check for bench minors. Roll both dice and check against the opposing team. So Montreal's bench minor is an 11. Nope. Boston. Nope. Neither team gets called for that. So now we check for... Okay, so the range I believe here was a 2 to 10, a neutral zone face-off. An 11 to 12 would be a rare play. A 10 is just going to give us a neutral zone face-off, which will tick off 30 seconds. So Boston is still... We're going to leave lines as is, but the attack very much is going to continue for... The plan for Boston is right now to continue their attack. So let's get another face-off here. An 8, it's an even face-off going to right back to Casper, which will bring face-offs to 8 all. Casper off the face-off win. 51 is a 3, which I believe will trigger an ODAI check. 14 is actually going to be a no adjustment. So shot on goal with a possible tip-in. Let's determine who's taking the tip-in shot. 2 is the player with the highest offensive I rating. Let's see, 8, 8. If there's a tie, how do we determine that? Choose a forward over a defenseman and higher shot rating. So from Casper, looks like it will be... No, it'll be Lucic taking the shot. Taking a possible tip-in. So we need to roll for... His I rating is an 8. And we need to roll 1d6. So for an 8, a 6, means he's taking the tip-in at a shot range of +4. So for Lucic, that was my clearing die, so that should be 8. So for Lucic, his shot range +4, 31, 2, 3... So Lucic will be taking a tip-in shot at a shot range of 34. Where did my white die go? There you are. Actually, yeah, it's 34 for Lucic. 32 is on target. Let's see if Dryden can come up with this one. 31 is a 3. Save, and it gets picked up by the center. So over to Koivu, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Over to Saku Koivu. Boston picking up another shot. Shots have been all Boston so far in this game. 15-4 Boston. Basically thanks to Dryden that the score is only 2-1 Boston. It could easily be 5-1 or worse. 61 is a 28, which will be intercepted by Crowder, and will tick off another 30. So over to Crowder. 24 is a 9, which will be a block shot back over to Svoboda. Peter Svoboda now with it. 13 is a 22. Intercepted right back to Casper, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Over to Casper. 34 is a 31. Which will be a pass. Intimidation is only 9, so... Right. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yep, 9. So it'll go anywhere he wants it to. He'll send it over to Crowder. .53 will be a 9. Block shot back over to Svoboda. Peter Svoboda... Oops. So I get the shaker into my hand. 46 is a 42. Possible bench minor, so we need to check for those again. First for Boston. No, but that was close. Montreal. No. So now we're rolling for another neutral zone faceoff or a rare play. 2 to 9 says we have another neutral zone faceoff. And we'll tick off 30 seconds. Shots right now, I'm just going to make sure I've got everything updated on my shots. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Shots right now are 17 for Boston. But the score, basically thanks to Dryden right now, is only 2-1. I don't think we're going to make any changes just yet. So we'll get another neutral zone faceoff. Actually, I take that back. Boston isn't going to make any changes. Montreal will. Montreal needs to get their scoring line back out. So we'll make changes like that. Check all my numbers. 10, 12, 20 ODAI for Montreal. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 intimidation. Forward forecheck, 9, 13. And clearing rating of 8. Okay. Now that we've got that straight, we've got even face-off once again. 5 is going to the home left wing, so over to Gainey. Face-offs are now 9-8 Montreal. So over to Gainey, who's picking up the action after Lemaire won the face-off over to him. 53 is a 19. That will trigger an ODAI check. 23 bumps it up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Intercepted by Casper, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. So back to Casper we go for Boston. 43 is a 29. That'll get intercepted by Lapointe, tick off another 30. Over to Lapointe. 55 is a 1, which will get bumped up to a 3. Shot on goal with a possible tip-in. So let's determine who's taking Montreal's tip-in shot. 1 is a player with the highest offensive I rating. 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. So Gainey will be the one taking the tip-in shot. His I is a 6. A 6. Tip-in shot rating plus shot range plus 2. So he'll be a 36 on this tip-in shot. Which a 66 won't be on target, so Thomas will come up with this one. Where is... Oh, Gainey, there we are. Boston has really managed to keep Thomas out of the game, so Thomas will come up with the save. 25 is a 3, which means it'll get picked up by his center, so it'll go back to Casper, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Back to Casper. 12 is a 25. Intercepted by Savard, tick off 30. Over to Savard now. 33 is a 1, which will go up to a 3 after ODAI. Shot on goal, possible tip-in. I think it'll be Gainey taking the shot once again. Actually, well, we got to roll for that. A 3, yes, it'll be Gainey taking the shot once again, and an ODA at a rebound at an I rating of 6. 2 means no tip-in, no tip, shows shot on goal for the original player. Savard's shot range is a 23, which a 35 won't be on target. So Thomas will come up with this one. $22 is a... Oh, if I go to the right card, 22 is a 2, which will get picked up by Bork, and this looks like it'll be the last play of the first period. So Bork... 25 is a 1, which will trigger an ODAI check for 20. That'll bring it up to a 3. Shot on goal with a tip-in possibility. So Boston getting another tip-in chance. 1 highest I rating, 8, 6, 7. Lucic will be taking the tip-in with an 8. 3 will be a tip-in shot range plus 2, so it'll be 32 is Lucic's shot range. 64 won't be on target, though. Dryden will come up with that one. We'll come up with the save at least. 32 is a 26. Save and a possible shot for the second highest shot frequency. Second highest shot frequency, 24, 21. Looks like it'll be or with a possibility, but we need to check the clear rating. Clear rating is an 8. A 6 means the shot will go through for Bobby Orr. A 44 won't be on target, though, so Dryden will come up with this one. .65 is a 35. Save with a possible rebound. We got a rebound chance. 3 means the highest offensive I rating. I believe it'll be Lucic taking the rebound shot. No. On a tie there, we chose a forward, so actually, yes, it will be Lucic taking the rebound shot. With an I rating of 8. Shot on goal with a range plus 4. So 31, 2, 3, 4 for Lucic. 53 is off target, so Dryden will come up with another save. Lucic really trying to get in on the fun for Boston. See what Dryden does with this one. 65 is a 35. With another rebound chance. Wow. Dryden is basically having to stand on his head here. I rating, once again, will be Lucic. With an 8. 4 will be good for a shot on goal with a range plus 2, so a 32 for Lucic. 22 will be on target, so Dryden's got to come up with this one. 14 is a 30, and score! Milan Lucic picking up his first goal of the day. We'll do more stat keeping here. Who was on the ice? Gainey. Along with Tremblay and Lapointe and Savard. Rolling for assists. Right, 1.74. That will be 2 assists on the play. A 6, highest to lowest assist rating, so looks like that'll be Lucic from Orr and Bork. Right as the horn sounds for the period 2. Come on, there we go. That should be the first period. Come on. Right as the horn sounds to end the first period. Which will bring Boston's score, which will bring us up to 3-1 Boston going into the second period. So, I'm going to do a little bit of paperwork, get things set up here, and then we'll be ready to start the second period. Dryden could not have been happy in the locker room in the first intermission. Montreal's defense needs to get it together. They're trailing 2, and Boston is very much pressing the attack. Let's see what happens on our opening faceoff of the second period as the puck drops. A 6 is going to the visiting right wing, so Boston looks to be picking up right where they left off, which also ties faceoffs. So Crowder with the puck off of Casper's faceoff win. 65 is a 36. Potential fight. Montreal, I think, is getting a little frustrated here. A 5 is a potential fight, so we check for the majors to see if there's an opponent for him. Looks like Tremblay. No. Robinson. Close, but no. So Crowder will go for... That's a goal. I don't want this. This is a penalty. I don't know why Boston is getting into it already in the first period. They're in complete control of this game. I don't know why Crowder thinks he needs to get cute with it. But we'll tick off 30 seconds, and that will put Montreal on the power play, which means I'm not going to worry much about the ODAI stuff. Face-offs are still even. 10 going to the home right wings. That's going over to Lafleur, which will be 10 for Montreal. And we're going to do one more. We're going to turn 1, 2, 3, 4. That one will be the end of the penalty. I'm turning the time index cards off camera. So over to Lafleur. 13 is a 5 with the man advantage. That'll be a shot on goal for Lafleur. Shot range is increased by 2 on the power play, so this will be a 33 for Lafleur. 25 is on target. Let's see if Thomas can come up with this one. So Lafleur picking up a shot on goal. Thomas. A 15 is a 2. He'll pick up the save, and it'll be picked up by the right defenseman. So over to Bork. We'll tick off 30 seconds. Over to Bork. 25 is a 1. That'll be a shorthanded shot on goal for Bork. His shot range is a 21. Bruins are still attacking shorthanded. A 53 won't be on target, so Dryden will come up with the save. Another shot to Fleur. 43 on Dryden's card is a 29 with a normal save. Shot on goal for the opposing left wing. Uh-oh. Lucic, the Bruins seem to be starting to press while shorthanded. Lucic with a shot range of a 26. 62 won't be on target, though. Dryden will come up with this one. 35 is a 4. It'll go back over to Gainey, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Montreal so far is not doing much on the power play. 43 is a 29, which will be intercepted by Orr. We'll tick off another 30 seconds. Looks like we'll have one more sequence on the penalty kill for Boston. 41's a 7, shorthanded. That'll be a neutral zone faceoff. We'll tick off 30 seconds, and that will do it for the penalty to Crowder. And we'll make line changes while I also change my battery. Faceoffs are +2 Montreal. Let me check on my stats here. 7, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4. 24 shots for Boston to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Montreal. Just making sure I've got all that straight. Okay. Faceoffs are +2 for Jarvis, for the Jarvis line. 9. Going to the disadvantaged center, so Esposito picks up a faceoff win. Over to Esposito on a defensive zone win. 64 is a 3. That'll probably get through for a shot on goal already. Yes, Esposito will actually tear through. Shot range of a 23. Which a 35 won't be on target. Montreal needs to stop the bleeding. This will help with... Hopefully Dryden can help with that. 21 is a 6. Dryden will smother it for a defensive zone face-off from Montreal. Leaving all our lines as is. Once again, face-offs are +2 to Montreal. A 5. Disadvantaged right wing, so over to O'Reilly. There we go. So this is an offensive zone win for Boston. And it would help if I stopped dropping my dice everywhere. 53 is a 15 on an offensive zone win. Pass with a possible shot on goal. So we've got to roll to see where this pass is going. A 5 says it's going to the third highest shot frequency. So let's see, 42, 17. Two players are tied, so it'll go to Marcotte. Then we need to roll again. If this roll is equal to or lower than the assist rating of 42 on O'Reilly, Marcotte's going to let one fly. Which that is not. So Marcotte just takes us on a new action with 2 forecheckers. 42 is a 6, which I believe will trigger an ODAI check. 20. So we're going to bump that up by 2, 7, 8. Shot on goal unless the forecheck rating is equal to 11, which it's not. Shot on goal if the total forecheck ratings is greater than or equal to the number after the total forecheck rating of forwards is greater than or equal to the number after the parentheses. If not, player shot wide. Okay, so we have our first wide shot of the game, which I know I have a wide shot chart. Oh, here we go. All right. So we'll roll that. A 7 gives us a shot on goal to the highest shot frequency, which in this case is going to be Esposito. His shot range is a 23, which a 21 is on target. Let's see if Dryden can get this one. 23 is a 5. Save, and Richer will pick it up, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. So over to Richer. 26 is a 15, which will trigger an ODAI check. 19 plus 1. It'll be intercepted by Marcotte, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Over to Marcotte. 12 is a 25, which will be intercepted by Savard. We'll tick off 30 seconds. We'll probably go for one more sequence and then see about line changes. Over to Savard we go. 45 is a 26. Intercepted by the left wing. So this is actually perfect timing. We'll tick off 30. Boston will look to get a line change in. A 15 means it'll go to the opposing left wing and we'll make line changes. Put the third line out. Well, I knocked that over, but I'll be recalculating the ODAI in a minute here anyway. Let's see, 7, 10, 18. Actually, I got to recalculate everything here. 4 checks, 6, 11. Clear rating is still a 7, so that's all good. Intimidation, 5, 10, 16. Now that Boston's all set up, Montreal wants to go for a change as well. 64, they'll ice the puck, though. So Montreal will be facing a defensive zone face-off. Except they can't change, so Boston is still -2 on the face-off. A 4 goes over to Lapointe. So here we go for Guy Lapointe. 56 is a 34. That can't be good on a defensive zone win. 34, Lapointe is going to end up in the sin bin for 2 minutes. So Lapointe is going to be sent off he's going to be sent off for interference. 2 at 5 minutes of the second period. So Boston is going back on the power play. We got to put Montreal's penalty kill unit on. I don't think we really designated a penalty kill unit, but Boston's putting their power play unit back on, which will be the Casper line. Not going to bother with recalculations because a lot's changed now that we're on the power play. So Boston is now down 1 on the face-off. An 11 going to the advantaged right defenseman, so over to Savard. Montreal needs to kill this penalty off. They don't need to go down by another goal. A 24 is a 9. That's a defensive zone win. That would be intercepted by the right defenseman, so over to Bork. Bork, after managing to intercept the pass. With a 15 is a 1. That will be a shot on goal with the man advantage, right? Yes, shot on goal, and his shot range is +2, so he has a shot range of a 23. That's not on target, though, so Dryden will come up with this one. Bork scored on the power play earlier in the first. Bork actually tied the game. A 21 for Dryden is a 6. And he'll smother it for a defensive zone face-off, which reminds me. 1, 2, 3, and that will be the end of our penalty. I almost forgot about that. So, back over to a defensive zone face-off from Montreal. 8 on a +1, right? Yes, +1 going over to Lucic. Alright, so Boston has won the last... I think we've had one face-off win each. So face-offs right now are 12-11 Boston. We're back to Lucic. 56 is a 34 on an offensive zone win. Lucic is now going to the sin bin for 2 minutes. Right, Lucic is going off for holding this time. Which means we'll move back out to the neutral zone for a face-off. And on 4-on-4, I believe we have to go to 3 forecheckers. Let me double check that. Icing the puck. Special team circumstances. Oh, I haven't been... I haven't been doing the additional shot range adjustments. But that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for right now is 4-on-4. Here we go. Each team has to go to 3 forecheckers. Alright, that's easy enough to do. 3 and 3. Alright, so we'll bring that back out. So when we get to that penalty, now Montreal will go on a very brief power play. I believe we're both another... Right, let me just double check how the additional shot range adjustments work. Negative means the man advantage team's shot range. Okay. Okay, so it actually looks like it doesn't just cancels everything out on power play and the penalty kill. Actually, Montreal will be a +1 on the power play. Neither team has anything on penalty kill. So this will be the first time Montreal's had a power play anyway in the game, assuming they don't get somebody else sent off. Face-off is +1 Montreal. Snake Eyes, we roll again. Wait, who gets tossed out? That's what that is. On a 5, Casper gets tossed out, so Crowder will be taking the face-off. Advantage +4. That's a 5. Shockingly goes to the disadvantaged left wing, except there is no left wing right now, so we've got to roll again. 4 going to the disadvantaged right wing, so Crowder manages to win it to himself. And now we're at 3 forecheckers as we're 4-on-4. 34 is a 31 with 3 forecheckers. It's going to be a pass. I got to check the intimidation rating. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it actually is going to be intercepted by the left wing by Houle, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. So over to Houle now. 24 is a 9, which will be a block shot, or we'll take possession of that one. .41 is a 7. Shot on goal, ODAI right now is 10, 12, 16, so no adjustment. Shot on goal with a block plus 1. So the block rating right now is a 2, which of the sum of the block shot ratings is greater than or equal to the... is equal to or greater than the number to the right of the plus sign. Wait. Some of the block shot ratings of the two opposing defensemen and the number to the right. So a 2 plus 1 would be a 3. Greater than or equal to the sum of an additional die roll. It's a block shot. So it looks like this is probably going to be a block shot. Yep, that'll be a block shot, which means the right defenseman will pick it up. At least I think I understand how the block shot is working, right? All right, so over to Savard. 65 is a 35. Now he's going to go off on a penalty. Wow. All right, so Savard. So Boston is going back on the power play briefly. Savard's going off for roughing. See, that was at 2. I think it was at 5:30. Oh, yeah. 2, 5:30. So roughing for Savard. The Canadiens are starting to get a little bit frustrated here. So Boston's going to have a 4-on-3 advantage for the rest of this power play. It's starting to break down a little bit in Montreal. We'll tick off another 30 seconds. Looks like Boston's going to have one sequence on a 4-on-3 advantage. Face-off is still +1 to Montreal. 10 is going to the disadvantaged center, so Casper manages to win it to himself. There we go. Casper winning it to himself, and let's see what he does on a 4-on-3 power play. 53 is a 19. Intercepted by the left defenseman, which there actually is no left D right now. Which, I gotta remember how that works if there's no player for the position. I believe if there's no player, you just roll again. Yep, roll again for the player in possession. Okay. So we are... Okay, so that's Casper who is in possession. 22 is a 1. That'll be a shot on goal. Which his shot range is a 25 because they've got the man advantage. 16 is on target. Let's see if Dryden can come up with this one. .14 is a 30. I doubt it. It's in. Casper scores on the power play. That's a +3 for them. Let's see, the Hool line. I'll roll for assist here once I finish this. Oop. That should be Casper. We'll roll for assists here. That's 2, second period, 6:30. Let's see what point will be coming out of the bin with that one. We'll roll for assists. Let's see, 62 is for 1.7, 1 assist. So Casper from Crowder. And it is now 4-1 Boston. Fans at the Bell Center are not happy with the performance of their Montreal Canadiens. But I will take a small break. We're back to 4-on-4 hockey. It would help if I update Boston's score dial. It is 4-1 Boston. So we've got a little 4-on-4 action here for one play sequence. An 8 on a +1 to Montreal face-off. Goes to the disadvantaged left wing, but we don't have a left wing yet. An 11 going to the advantaged right defenseman, which we also don't have. 10 is still trying to go... No, 10 is trying to go to the disadvantaged center now, which Casper can take that one. So now Casper with the puck after on the face-off win. And get the face-offs updated. Face-offs are now 14-11 Boston. Shots are 24-8 Boston, and the scoreboard says 4-1 Boston. 56 for Casper is a 35. Wow. It's starting to break down in Montreal. Now Casper's going off. We're starting to get a little physical here, folks. That is 7 of the second period. So now Casper's going off, but Lucic comes back. As we have a lull in the action. So we're still 4-on-4. See, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 3. And then Montreal will be going on the... Actually... I want to go to... Okay, so we just ticked off, which means... Just ticked off 30, so I think... The penalty will end here. I was just making sure I had that all straight. But we have one more sequence, and then Montreal will actually be going on the power play. So we're still 4-on-4. Faceoffs are still +1. We're going to send Lucic in to take the faceoff. He's going to be down 4, though. An 8 is going to the advantaged right wing, so that's going to Richer. Montreal needs to stop the bleeding. Maybe their power play can actually wake up here. 13 is going to be a 4 with 3 forecheckers. That'll trigger an ODI check. 4, 8, 18. Right? 4, 8, yeah, 18. So that'll still trigger it up to with 3 forecheckers. 18 is actually 0, so that'll be a shot on goal with a possible tip-in. So let's see who's taking the tip-in shot. 3 is going to be the highest I rating, which will be 6, 4, 6. It'll be who will potentially taking the tip-in shot. His I rating is a 6. 3 is a wide shot, so I actually shot it wide. An 8 is a shot on goal to the third highest shot frequency. Let's see, 28, 16, 15. Who's taking the fewest shots? It looks like it's going to be Lapointe who's taking the shot. Oop, Lapointe. His shot range is a 23. 44 will not be on target, so Thomas will find this one. .66 is a 1. That'll get picked up by the left defenseman. Over to Orr. We'll tick off 30 seconds, but I believe that was Lapointe who was in the box. No, that was Savard who was actually in the box. He's out. So now Montreal's on the power play. But Orr's got the puck. 52 is a 30. Which will be a pass. Why does it have tick off 2 time sequences? Oh wait, what's the pass? Hold on, I gotta check something here. So pass, short-handed. I gotta check something on one of these charts. Man advantage. 30 is okay, 30 with a 30 short-handed. Okay, what does the XX mean? Looks like that wasn't a typo, but I'm not sure. Probably just goes anywhere. That doesn't make sense though. Oh, I wonder if that means we tick off 2 time sequences. That would make sense. Especially if you're trying to clear... Especially if you're trying to kill time on the penalty kill. I don't see anything about it on here. Because clearly that would make way too much sense, but... I think we're just going to go with... I think we're just going to go with the pass anywhere. So we'll pass it up to Lucic, and we'll tick off 30. Because I did see an X in parentheses on that play. 45 is a 26 since they're short-handed. That'll be intercepted by the left wing. So over to Hool. Get in there. 64 is a 6. That should be a shot on goal. Block plus 1. So block is 5, 6. Which will probably is greater than or equal to. So 5 plus 1 is 6. An additional die roll. So 6. Greater than or equal to it gets blocked. So Orr blocks it. Back over to Bobby Orr. 46 is a 13. They're short-handed. Pass. Let's see where it's going. 5 is going to the third highest shot frequency, I believe. Yes, third highest. Shot frequency, Bork. Lucic looks like it's going to Crowder. Then we roll. If Orr's assist rating, the assist rating is a 45. So if this is equal to or lower, Crowder's going to let loose. 43 is, so Crowder's going to take the shot. His shot range is a 32. 33 just barely off target. So Dryden should find this one. Let's see what he does with it. 34 is a 31. Save, but a shot on goal for the opposing right wing. So it goes right back to Crowder for another shot. Shot range is once again 32. 66 will not be on target this time. Let's see what Dryden does with this one. 22 is a 2. It'll get picked up by Savard and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Looks like one last chance for Montreal to get something going on the power play. 35 is a 7. The man advantage, shot on goal. So Savard will take a shot. His shot range is a 25. Normally 23, but he's up increased by 2 because of the power play. 61 will not be on target, though, for Savard. There you are. So Thomas should find this one. 35 is a 4. Picked up by the left wing, picked up by Lucic, and that will do it for the penalties. Boston will get their center back. Get Casper back, and Montreal not able to do much on that power play. Remains 4-1 Boston. Go back to Lucic. 15 is a 1. That's going to trigger an ODI check, I'm almost sure. 5, 10, 12, 20. We'll bump that up by 2. So that'll turn into a 3 with... We're still on 3-4 checkers. Shot on goal. So Lucic gets another shot. 26 is his shot range. Lucic is really trying to get in on this here. A 61 will not be on target. Dryden should find this one. An 11's a 1. That'll be picked up by the left defenseman, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Montreal is going to try to go for a line change here. We've had these guys on for a while. A 21 will get picked up by Casper, so Montreal will make their change. We'll put their third liners out. We'll make all of our calculations here. Let's see, 3, 8, 10, 18 for ODAI. 2, 5, 10, 15 for intimidation. 10 forecheck. 6 clear. Boston's also going to go for a line change. 31 will get picked up by the opposing right wing, so over to Nilan. They'll make their change. We'll put this line out. Make all of their calculations. 7, 11, 19 ODAI. 6, 11, 17 intimidation. 4, 8, 13 forecheck. And 7 clearing. And we'll play on with Nilan having possession of the puck for Montreal. 12 is a 39. I'm sure. Actually, we're going to also go down to 2 forecheckers. I did forget to mention that. Now that we're back to 5-on-5. 12 is a 39 with 2 forecheckers. Potential for a fight. Let's see if we've got anybody with. Let's see if we got anybody for him to fight with. So O'Reilly will be up first with a major rating of 33. He will engage. So we've got coincidental fighting minors, which means we're right back to 4-on-4. Let's see. So Milan, Montreal, fighting. 5 minutes. Second period, 10. And O'Reilly, Boston, fighting. 5 minutes to 10. And just like that, just as we're starting to settle in, we're right back to 4-on-4 hockey. Both of our right wings are going off for fighting. Which I believe, yep, I'll advance the time sequence in a second. All right, so there's advancing the time sequence, and we'll redo our calculations. So 8, 12, 16 ODAI for Montreal. Intimidation 5, 10. Forecheck of a 7. Clearing doesn't change. Boston 7, 15 ODAI. We're also right back to 3 forecheckers. 8 on the forechecking. And clearing doesn't change. Okay. So we're back for a neutral zone face-off. Actually, we need 5 minutes, so we need to go to 4:30 to go back to even strength. All right. Let's drop the puck once again. Montreal's a +2 on the face-off. That's a 10, which is going to the disadvantaged left wing, so over to Marcotte. It's another face-off win for Boston. Boston has very much been in control of this game. A 52 is a 27, which will be intercepted and a shot on goal by the center, so Carbonneau is going to get a shot. Shot range of a 31. That will just barely be off the mark. Thomas should find this one. .61 is a 6. He'll smother it for a defensive zone face-off, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. We're actually going to get some line changes here. We'll put our third lines out. Making sure we cover the right wing spot since that's currently unoccupied. Okay, we'll do the same thing for Montreal. They're going to put their scoring line out, I think, because they need to get this. They're not up against the clock. They're not just up against the clock, but the clock is also not their friend. All right, clearing is a 10. ODAI 10, 20 for Montreal. 9 on the forecheck. And 5, 11 for intimidation. As for Boston, 7, 15, 15 on ODAI, 5, 6, 10 intimidation, clearing rating of 7, and 6 forecheck. All right, now that we got that figured out, let's drop the puck for our next sequence. 9 plus 1 for Montreal. Going to advantage center, so Lemaire manages to win it back, manages to win it over to himself. And let's take it away. Take it away, Lemaire. 31 is a 1. At 3, 15, I believe, will be no adjustment. So a shot on goal for Lemaire. His shot range is a 24. 42 will not be on target. Those numbers need to be reversed, Lemaire. Thomas should find this one. A 12 is a 25. That won't be good, though. Save a shot on goal for the highest shot frequency, which right now would be Lemaire, but we need to check the clear rating. So clear is equal to or greater than a 2-die roll. So a 7 or greater. Yeah, 7 or greater means the puck is cleared. 7 means the puck will get cleared for a neutral, I believe that's a defensive zone face-off that we clear it for. Yes. That'll be a defensive zone face-off, and then we'll tick off. Right. There's something about check clear, I believe, is on the goalie chart. Yep, defensive zone face-off. Which I believe ticks 30 seconds off. Doesn't it? Yes, that would tick off 30 seconds. Alright, so we're sticking with our personnel. That was a shot for Lemaire. Come on. iPad does not want to cooperate this morning. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 shots for Montreal. 2 a lot more for Boston. 11, 18, 19, 20, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31. Shots are 31-13 Boston. Oop, no. There we go. Okay, now that we got that figured out, let's give this a roll. That's a 6 on an advantage plus 1 to Montreal. The 6 is going to the advantage left defenseman, so over to Tremblay. Tremblay with the puck now, and we're 4-on-4. Yep, 3 forecheckers aside. 46 is an 11 on 3 forechecks. 15, I believe, gets adjusted. No adjustment. Pass for a possible shot on goal. Going to the highest shot frequency, which is Lemaire. And we roll again. If it's greater than, or if it's less than or equal to 41, Lemaire will let loose. 32, so Lemaire will let a shot fly. A 12 will be on target. Let's see if Thomas can come up with this one. Thomas says 46 is a 42. I doubt he'll get that. No, he won't get it. That'll be in. Lemaire, Jacques Lemaire, finally. Montreal is finally getting on the board after 3 unanswered goals from Boston. Montreal finally coming back into it. And who are the... Oh no, Lafleur wasn't on the ice. He went off for fighting earlier. That's right. Tremblay and Robinson were on the ice. O'Connell and Park. Jonathan and Oates on the ice for -2. And we got to roll for assists. We'll use white for the assist count and red for the assist order. All right, so 3, actually, no, I got to roll for both of them. That's right, 53 on a 1 point. It's been a while since we actually had a goal, 1.65. 53 is actually 1 assist. 3 is Lemaire from Tremblay. And second period at, what was that, 11:30 of the second period. Right, and that will tick off 30 seconds. And it is now 4-2 Boston. Let's update the dial, and then I will, once I get this updated, I will then take a small break. We're back to center ice for a new face-off, so let's get this sequence going. 9 on an advantage +1 is going to the advantage center. Lemaire wins it to himself after managing to pull the Canadiens to within 2. Here we go with Montreal. 13 is a 4 with 3 4-checkers still. 15 is going to be a shot on goal with a possible tip-in chance. So who's tipping this one in? Well, so who's trying to make the tip-in shot? 1 should be the highest offensive I rating, which will probably be Gainey. Yep. It'll be Gainey. His rating is a 6. 3 means it actually gets shot wide, so no tip-in shot. Or the total to the combined clear rating, which it's not, so that was a 7, which means roll both dice and add them here. The total. Right, so that puck gets cleared, it looks like. At least that's how I've always figured wide shot worked. Of course, I didn't think to set that up. So some of the dice is greater. Puck is frozen for a defensive zone face-off, so we'll tick off another 30 seconds, and we'll bring that back. Probably go 2 more sequences and then look at changing it up. So back to another face-off here for in the defensive zone for Montreal, or actually Boston on the defense. That was weird. The camera just cut out. Anywho, now that I've got that all figured out, roll of an 8 on a face-off +1 means it's going to the disadvantaged left wing, so it's over to Jonathan. All right. Rolling 4, still 4 on 4. 61 is a 28. That'll be intercepted and a shot on goal by the opposing right wing, which we actually don't have, so we'll roll again. $15 is a 2. 20 will adjust the ODAI up to a 4. Shot on goal with a possible tip-in chance. See who's possibly taking the tip-in shot. 6 will be a 3rd highest offensive I rating, so 7, 7, 5, 4. Looks like O'Connell will be taking the shot at a 4. A 4 will be a shot on goal for the original player. So Jonathan is just going to get the shot with a shot range of a 34. 44 won't be on target, so Dryden should find this one. Right, there we are. So Dryden should come up with this one. 21 is a 6. He'll smother it for a defensive zone face-off. So Dryden is trying to get his team some rest. We've got an offensive zone draw now for Boston. A 4. Advantage 1 Montreal. So it'll actually come back to O'Connell. be another face-off win for Boston. So over to O'Connell on the action. 23 is a 22 on an offensive zone win. That'll be intercepted by the center and will tick off 30 seconds. Over to Lemaire. He's now trying to work through the neutral zone. 13 is a 4, which will be a shot on goal with another possible tip-in. He was taking the tip-in shot. A 2 is the highest I rating, which will most likely be Gainey. Yep, it'll be Gainey with an I rating of 6. A 2, shot on goal for the originating player. So Lemaire with a shot range of a 24. He pulled the Canadiens within 2. A 61 will not be on target, though. Thomas will find this one. 56 is a 6. Thomas will smother that for a defensive zone face-off. And we'll tick off 30, and we'll make another change. Boston is trying to keep the Canadiens out of the net any further. Let's see, 4-17 on Boston's ODAI, 5-13 on their intimidation. Forecheck's going to be a 7. Clear is going to be an 8. Montreal also wants to make a change in personnel. They're going to put their 4th line out. Let's see, 5-10, 18 for their ODAI, 4-10 for their intimidation, 6 for the forecheck, 8 for clearing. All right. Face-off is +3 to Montreal. Right? Yes, +3 to Montreal. And 11's going to the disadvantaged left wing, though, so Cashman will actually pick this one up. This will be our first action from the 4th line all day. So over to Cashman. '51 is a 4. 18, make that a 5. Regular shot on goal for Cashman. His shot range is a 31. 44 will not be on target, though. Dryden will find that one. Or he should, anyway. 32 is a 26. Except that'll be a potential shot on goal for the second highest shot frequency. 24-21, so that would be or, but we got to check the clear rating. Eight, equal to or greater, the puck gets cleared for a defensive zone face-off. So Montreal will clear that one out, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Personnel will stay as is, +3 to Montreal. This is a defensive zone face-off for Montreal. 7, that's a +3, I believe we established, so that will be advantage left wing. So over to Houle. A defensive zone win for Montreal that they needed badly. 64 is a 6. And on a defensive zone win, neutral zone faceoff, and we'll tick off another 30 seconds. Things are starting to slow down here a little bit. Montreal needs to get this game slowed. I think Montreal probably needs to kick this into overdrive pretty quickly. Another face-off coming. Oop, before we actually have to drop the puck, I need to change my battery again. Face-off is once again +3 advantage for Montreal. Let's see what happens with this face-off. That's a 3, +3 going to the point. So this is Guy Lapointe. With the puck. It's defensive zone. Actually, this was believe this is a defensive zone win for Montreal. 26 is a 15, which will be pass with a potential shot on goal. Let's see where the pass is going first. Highest shot frequency is going to be up to Hool. And we need to roll to see if he takes the shot or if it's just going to be a regular pass. He needs to be 33 or lower. Which a 13 is, so Hool's going to let fly. A 25 will be on target. Let's see if Thomas can come up with this one. Where is... Oh, there we are. So 25 is on target. Let's see if Thomas finds this one. 31 is a 3. It'll be picked up by McNabb. He'll make the save. And we are actually back to 5-on-5. So the coincidental fighting majors are over, which means we're back to 5-on-5. I'm not going to recalculate everything until I need to, or I get a stoppage and make changes, whichever comes first. So we're over to McNabb with that one. 13 is a 6. My camera just cut out on me again. That's kind of annoying. So pardon, there are going to be a few jump cuts in this video from the looks of it. Advance apologies for those. I can tip that down. So we just rolled for McNabb. A 13 was a 6, which triggered an ODAI check on 3 checkers. Brought it down to a... I believe an 18 brought it down to a 7, which means we'll have a shot on goal with a block +1. So if this needs to be less than 9. Which means the McNabb will let fly with a shot. His shot range is 31. 15 will very much be on target. So let's see if Dryden can come up with this one. .45 is a 6. Dryden will make the save and smother it for a defensive zone face-off. Dryden is trying to keep Montreal in this game, but their offense needs to give him some serious help on that. I'm just going to update my stats here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 shots for Montreal. That's how many Thomas has faced. And 11, 12, 13, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 6, 9, 31, 2, 3, 4. Shots are now 34-16 Boston. And the score is 4-2 Boston. Boston's actually going to make some changes. They're going to put their scoring line on. They're trying to get more out of this, which will trigger calculations. 4, 9, 13, 23. 23 for Boston's ODAI. 11, 19 intimidation for Boston. Forecheck at a 14. I think I've been calculating that wrong. And clear rating of an 8. So that's all clear. Montreal is going to put their third line on. And they're going to make that change. All right, 3, 8, 10, 20 for Montreal's ODAI. Intimidation 10, 16. Forecheck 7, 10. If you're hearing the blinds rustling, I actually just opened the window because it is, in fairness to my camera, it actually is very warm in here. So I'm starting to get warm myself. With that, we're all set to drop the puck. Face-off is +1 to Montreal. That's an 8, which will go to the disadvantaged left wing. It'll go to Lucic. That's a bad sign if you're a Montreal fan. As Lucic is going to get ready for another action with the puck. 33 is going to be a 1. I'm sure 20 on the ODAI is going to get adjusted to a 3 with an offensive zone win. Actually, I don't think we adjust on ODAI. So that'll be just a shot on goal for Lucic. Shot range is a 26. A 21 is going to be on target. Let's see if Dryden finds this one off the offensive zone win for the Bruins. 25 is a 3. He should find that one. That'll be a save and picked up by the center, so it'll be over to Carbonneau. And we'll tick off 30 seconds. Guy Carbonneau now with the puck. 64 is a 6. Actually, we're going to leave this at 3-4 checkers, where we're going down to 2 in a second. So, 23. We'll turn that into a 9, and that'll be a block shot over to Orr. So both teams are going to switch it up and go down to 2-4 checkers at this point. Bobby Orr. And I believe the block shot didn't tick off a time sequence. 36 for Orr is a 33. Coincidental penalties, potentially. Or a neutral zone face-off. So we're going to roll 2 dice for that. A 7 means we've got coincidental penalties. So... I believe the way that works is if we check for coincidental penalties, player whose card was, opposing player for a retaliation penalty. So look at the players, the opponents on the ice. Okay, dice roll equal to or less than the minor rating. So starting with the highest minor rating, that'll be Milan up first. He's a 52, so they're probably. So he and Orr are probably going off. Yep. So that'll be Orr. Roughing. 2 minutes, second period at 16:30 of the second period. And Milan is going off with him. Alright, so I will get the card covers in. And now we're going back to 4-on-4 hockey for another 2 minutes. And that will tick off another time sequence. So there will be the end of our penalty. Both teams are back to 3-4 checkers. And 18 for Montreal's ODAI. 7 on their forecheck, and their clear stays the same. Boston's goes down considerably, though. 3 on the block? That seems... Some of the block shot ratings of the 2 opposing defensemen, and the number is greater than or equal to the sum of the additional die roll. It seems like it should be harder to block when you have both defensemen out there, unless I've been doing that wrong. An additional die roll. I'm not completely sure I've been doing that right this whole time. 9, 13, 18 for Boston's ODAI. Intimidation, 11, 15. Montreal's intimidation is 5, 11. Alright, so we're back for a neutral zone face-off since we had coincidental minor penalties. Face-off is still +1 to Montreal. 6 is going to the advantage left defenseman, so over to Tremblay. There's my face-off win. So over to Tremblay we go. 62 is a 9, which will be a block shot over to Bork. So we'll give it to the right defenseman. So Ray Bork. 45 is a 7, which should trigger an ODAI check. 18 adjusted by 1, so a shot on goal. Checking forecheck equal to 10. Total forecheck is equal to or greater. Total forecheck rating of the left wing, center, and right wing on the ice. Greater than or equal to the number after the... Okay, so forecheck equal to 10, it's 7, so it looks like it's a wide shot. For the total clearing rating, a 6 means the puck didn't get... Wait, I feel like I'm doing this wrong. I gotta check how wide shots work. Otherwise, the puck is frozen for a defensive zone face-off. So it looks like we've got a defensive zone face-off for Montreal, which you would think would tick off. I'm going to rule it ticks off 30 seconds. I'm probably wrong on that, but next face-off is still +1 Montreal. A 7 is going over advantage right wing, which we don't have because they went off for roughing. A 6 is going to the advantage left defenseman, which we have in Tremblay. That should be 17 for Montreal on the face-off. So over to Tremblay we go. 23 is a 22 on a defensive zone win. 23, what did we say was a 22? Interception and shot on goal for the center, which will tick off 30 seconds. So Casper will be taking a shot with a shot range of a 23. 61 will not be on target. Wait a minute. Doesn't 4 on 4 adjust? Oh, by every player's on-ice shot range by 2. We've had a lot of 4 on 4. I don't think I've been paying attention to that. Still, a 61 would not be on target for Casper, so Dryden should find this one. A 34 is a 31. That won't be good. Shot on goal for the opposing right wing. So over to Crowder with a shot next. Let's see if his shot comes more on the mark. It's a 34. A 14 will be on target. Let's see if Dryden finds this one. 26 is a 20. Score! Keith Crowder picking up a 4 on 4 goal. Let's score that. It is now 5-2 Boston. Assist range is 1.74. 31 will be 2 assists. Highest to lowest assist rating, so that'll be Crowder from Bork and Lucic. Second period, 18 minutes of the second period. Alright, so that will be 4 and a 4 for Bork. And it is now 5-2 Boston. I haven't been counting up the assists. Bork has 2 assists. Let's see, Bork has 2 as well. Lucic has. I'll do stat keeping when I get clear, when I shut off the camera for the next period. So I'll finish up with with all of that, but we'll tick off another 30 seconds, and we'll be back to the neutral zone for another face-off. +1 to Montreal on the face-off. Eight going to, this is +1. 8 going to the disadvantaged left wing. So right back to Lucic. This could be trouble. Lucic. 45 is a 26 with 3 forecheckers. Interception and a shot on goal for the left wing. So Lambert with a shot range of a 34. Which a 42 won't be on target, so Thomas should find this one, and hopefully he can keep the damage to a minimum. I'll adjust Boston's dial in a second. 43 is a 29. Save, but a shot on goal right back to Lambert. So he'll pick up another shot. That one will also not be on target, though. 51 is a 3. Save, and it'll go over to Casper. We'll tick off 30 seconds, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Hopefully for the last minute of the period. There we are. So over to Casper. And both teams are going to go down to 2 forecheckers as well. I'll remember to do that here. An 11 is a 1, which will trigger an ODAI check. 3, 8, 10, 20. We'll adjust that by 2 with 2 forecheckers. So that'll be a 3, which will still be a shot on... Actually, yeah, that'll still be a shot on goal with a possible tip-in. Determine who's taking the tip-in shot. 4 is the second highest I rating, which will be... oh, it's Crowder, it looks like. Yeah, it's Crowder. Alright, so Crowder at an I rating of 7. So that's a tip-in. 5 is going to be a tip-in with a shot rating plus 2. So Crowder is a shot range of 34 for this one. 53 won't be on target, though. Dryden should come up with this one. 16 is a 28. Shot on goal for the 4th highest shot frequency. 24, 21, 2019. So potentially Crowder, but we need to check the clear rating. The clear rating is a 10. So it's got to be an 11 or a 12 for the defense to get it out. Which that is not. So Crowder will take a shot. Take the shot with an offensive rating. The shot range is 32. That one won't be on target. Dryden should find this one again. 53 will be picked up by the right wing and will tick off 30 seconds. Looks like we've got one last sequence in the period. 53 is a 19 with 2 forecheckers. That'll be intercepted by Orr and will tick off the last 30 seconds of the second period. So the score here is 5-2 Boston, and heading into the third period, I think Boston is going to be looking to slam the door. So let's actually get everything set up. I'm going to do a little bit of stat keeping off camera, and when we come back, we'll be ready for the third period at the Bell Center. We're having a bit of strategy changes in the forecheckers for both teams. Boston wants to try to clamp down, so they're going to 1 forechecker. Montreal is going to try to open things up, so they're going to 3 forecheckers. I'll just do my last calculations. 9, 13, 23 on Boston's ODAI. Intimidation, 11, 19. Forecheck is going to be 10, 14. Clear here is going to be 7. Checking everything from Montreal. 10, 12, 22 for their ODAI. Forecheck is going to be 5, 4, 4 is 13. And their clearing is 10. Okay. Now that we're all set, let's drop the puck on the third period. Face-off is even, so 3 going to the home left defenseman. So Tremblay will get the puck to start the third period. Here we go. 24 is a 9 with 3 forecheckers. That'll be a block. 3 forecheckers. That'll be a block shot over to Orr. 43 is a 29 with 1 forechecker. That'll be intercepted by the left D and will tick off 30 seconds. Okay, the block shot didn't trigger a time sequence, so right back to Tremblay. 56 is a 13, which will trigger an ODAI check. 23 is going to be plus 3, so 16 will be intercepted by the left wing and will tick off 30. Lucic now with the puck. 15 is a 1 with 1 forechecker. 22 will bring the result up to a 4? No, 2. So it's actually up to 3. Shot on goal attempt Let's see, shot on goal player. If any teammate has an assist rating higher than the roll, which that was a 31, I believe. But there are plenty of players with an assist rating higher than that, so Lucic will get a shot on goal. Shot range of a 26. That won't be on target, so Dryden should find this one. Let's see what he does with it. 45 is a 6. That'll be a save, and he'll smother that for a defensive zone face-off. Tick off 30 seconds. All right, the players will get a chance to catch their breath. The fans of the Bell Center are not very happy, though. You can hear a pin drop right now in Montreal. So we're back for a defensive zone face-off from Montreal. Face-off is even. 7 is going to the home center, so it's actually going to Lemaire. So Jacques Lemaire with the defensive zone win. 51 is a 1. That should be a shot on goal for a defense. Yep. Lemaire will actually get through the defense for a shot on goal. Shot range of a 24. 55 won't be on target, though. Thomas should find this one. .54 is a 32. That won't be good, though. Save, but a shot on goal for the opposing left defenseman, which will be Tremblay. Shot range is a 16, but that will not be on target for Tremblay. Thomas should find that one as well. 56 is a 6. Thomas will smother that one for a defensive zone face-off. We'll go ahead and make line changes. Boston, I think, really is looking to clamp down here at this point. We'll go through recalculating everything. 7, 11, 19 on the ODAI. Intimidation, 6, 11, 17. Forecheck is going to be 13. Clearing is still 7. From Montreal, 10, 12, 20. Forecheck, 6, 9. Clearing, 8. And intimidation, 6, 12. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop the puck once again. Face-off is +2 to Montreal. And this is an offensive zone face-off for Montreal. That's a 5, which is going to the disadvantaged right wing, so it's going to O'Reilly. With a defensive zone win for Boston. 24 is a 9 with 1 forechecker. That'll be a block shot over to Lapointe. Lapointe. .14 is a 30. They have 3 forecheckers. They're going to ice the puck for a defensive zone face-off. Personnel will stay as is, and we'll drop the puck for this defensive zone face-off for Montreal, but they have the +2 advantage on the face-off. That's an 11, which is going to the advantaged right wing, so over to Richer. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. My French is horrendous. Over to Richer we go. 22 is going to be a 1. ODAI will bring that down to a 19. We'll make that a 4. Actually, no, we don't check on offensive zone. So this is a defensive zone win. It's shot on goal for Richer. Shot range is a 31. That's a 42. That won't be on target. Thomas should come up with this one. 36 is a 6. And he will just smother that one for a defensive zone face-off. Tick off another 30. Personnel are going to stay on. We're still +2 Montreal. Snake Eyes is who's getting tossed. That's a +2, so somebody's getting tossed. 7, the Esposito is getting tossed out of the face-off circle, so Marcotte's going to have to come in, which is going to turn into an advantage +4 for Montreal. 8, going to the advantaged right wing, so right back to Richer. Not a surprise there at all. Face-offs are 20 all now. Back to Richer with another offensive zone win. 63 is a 5. And that will be a shot. That'll be a shot on goal. Shot range of a 31, but that won't be on target. Thomas should find this one. Let's see what Thomas does. 55 is a 2. That will go to his right defenseman. That'll go over to Mike Milbury, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Milbury. 46 is a 24 with one forechecker. 24 will have the left defenseman will intercept that one, so over to LaPointe, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Montreal is going to try to go for a line change, except they'll ice the puck, which will not trigger a time sequence. Boston, however, will get to make a line change here. They're going to put their third line on. ODAI check, 7, 10, 18. Intimidation, 5, 10, 15. Forecheck, 6, 11. And clearing of still 7. Okay. So it's an offensive zone draw for Boston. Montreal is still +2 on the face-off. That's a 6. Going to the advantage left wing. So over to Houle again. Face-offs are now 21-20 Montreal. Over to Houle with the defensive zone win. 55 is a 1. That'll be a shot on goal. His shot range is a 32. 52 will not be on target. Thomas should find this one. 46 is a 42. Save but a rebound. Let's see who's taking the rebound. 2 is highest I rating. Highest offensive I rating. 6. Looks like it's going to be Richer taking the rebound shot. With an I rating of 7. 1 will get smothered for a defensive zone face-off instead. Now Montreal will make a change. They're going to put their third line out as well. They're having to lean on their scoring lines here to try to get this game somewhat under control. But it is 5-2 Boston right now, and there's been pretty quiet in the third period so far. 8, 10, 18 on the ODAI. 5, 10, 15 on intimidation. 10 on forecheck. And 6 on clearing. Okay. Now that we've got that figured out, Boston's leaving their personnel out since they were able to get a change on the last icing. Montreal is a +2 on the face-off. That's an 11 going to the advantaged right wing, so over to Nilan. Nilan with an offensive zone win. 14 is a 36. I'm sure that's going to get intercepted. 36, no, we've got potential for a fight. Not a good time for this Milan. 7, he has potential for a fight, so we got to check for majors. I think looks like his first prospective opponent is Stan Jonathan. Except a 12 won't trigger a fight. Going over to Park. Also won't trigger a fight. And Neely also won't jump. So Nilan's going to go off alone for another roughing penalty. Not a good way to start the period. This is going to be at 4:30 of the third period. We'll take that off. We'll cover him up. Boston is sensing blood in the water as Montreal is slowly collapsing, but they're going to put their penalty kill unit on, is Montreal. Actually, let's put Boston's power play unit out first. Okay, there's Boston's power play unit. Montreal is going on the penalty kill here. Not a good situation for Montreal to be in right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one will be the end of our penalty. Boston is really trying to slam the door on this one. Face-off right now is even. 5 is going to the home left wing, so Gainey actually manages to... So Lemaire actually manages to get that one out of there. Over to Gainey. 66 will be a 1, which will be a shot on goal. I'm not even going to bother to look at that. His shot range is a 34. That one won't be on target. Thomas should find this one. .53 is a 5. That'll be a save and picked up by the right wing. Tick off 30 seconds. Over to Crowder. 25 is a 2 with the man advantage. That will be a... Where is that? Here we go. 5 will be a shot on goal. His shot range is a 34 because they're on the power play. 24 will be on target. Let's see if Dryden can find this one. Crowder with a shot. 35 is a 4. Dryden will make a huge save and it'll be picked up by the left wing. Back to Gainey. Tick off 30 seconds. Gainey. 44 will be a 3. He'll knife through for a... He'll knife through for a shot on goal FP. I wonder if that is something just on the power play? No, that wouldn't make sense because that's coming off the shorthanded chart. I'm surprised that isn't explained in here. Maybe it's something in special teams. Only when a forward is playing the point. Otherwise, it's a neutral zone face-off. So we actually have a neutral zone face-off in that case. That's what that is. Shot on goal, forward on the point. Okay, that makes sense. Now that we've got that straight, I need to take a small break. All right, we're ready to drop the puck again. Even sequence. I believe this was a defensive zone face-off for Boston. Actually, no. I think this is Montreal. The 7 on an even face-off is going to the home center, so Lemaire picks this one up. On the short-handed chart, 56 is a 2. Lemaire will knife through for a shot on goal. His shot range is a 24. That will be on target. Let's see if Thomas can come up with this one to stop a shorty from going in. 56 is a 6. That'll be a save, and Thomas will smother that one for a defensive zone face-off. Montreal trying to press here with being short-handed, which is not a bad strategy for them. Face-off is even once again. Defensive zone draw for Boston. 8 going to the visiting center, so that'll go over to Casper. See, 21 for Boston, 23 for Montreal on face-offs. So we're over to Casper now. 62 is an 8 with the man advantage. That'll be a shot on goal unless the forecheck is equal to 10. It's equal to or greater, it's a shot on goal. So Casper will get a shot. Shot range of a 25. Which that won't be on target. Dryden should get this one. .55 is a 1, is a 2. That'll be picked up by the right defenseman and we'll tick off 30 seconds, which will also mark the end of our penalty. So Boston not able to muster much on the power play there. Back over to Montreal with Brisebois. That's a 61, which is a 28 with 3 forecheckers. Interception and shot on goal by the right wing for Crowder. Shot range is a 32. 56 won't be on target though. Dryden should find this one. .25 is a 3. That will go to the center. That'll go to Lemaire and we'll tick off 30 seconds. We'll go one more sequence and probably make some line changes. A 12 is a 25 with 3 forecheckers. Interception and shot on goal for Borg. Which will tick off 30 seconds here once I get the sequence resolved. Actually, we'll tick that off here. 15 will be on target for Bork. Let's see if Dryden finds this one. 31 is a 3. That'll be a save and picked up by the center. So now Montreal is going to try to get some fresh personnel on. They're going to go for a change. 35 will get picked up by the opposing right wing. They'll put their second lines out. Yeah. And they'll go back to their main defenseman. We'll calculate everything. 10, 12, 20. Forecheck is a 9. There's the 3 there. Clearing is an 8. Intimidation, 4, 6, 12. Boston's going to try to go for a line change as well. 56. We're not going to play with the dump and chase rules, but it will be picked up by Savard, the right defenseman. We'll put out their second line. So back to Savard we go. We need to get a stoppage in play soon. 36 is a 33 with 3 forecheckers. Perfect timing. So Savard will actually be sent to the sin bin here. Wow, clearly I didn't have enough room for penalties. So this will be... Come on, there we go. Savard, Montreal. He's going to be sent off for high sticking. Period 3 at 8:30. So Boston will be going back 2 minutes. Period 3, 8:30. What? Hang on. Okay, I need to reformat that, but I'm going to get set up for the penalty, and then we'll be back with Boston on the power play. Alright, our special teams players are set, so let's drop the puck. We're even face-off. The 3 is going to the home left defenseman, so over to Tremblay. And we'll see what he's doing with it right now. Trying to get this penalty kill started and keep the bleeding to 3 goals. Keep the deficit to 3. 33 is going to be a 1. That'll help by knifing through for a shot on goal. Shot range is a 16 though, which that won't be on target. Thomas will come up with an easy save. And my neighbor is at it again, in case you're wondering what all the yelling is. 65 is a 35. That can't be good. Save with the rebound. So let's see who's taking the rebound shot. 2 highest offensive I rating is 6, 5, 5, 4. So it looks like Gainey's taking the rebound shot with a 6. That'll be smothered for a defensive zone face-off. Which means Boston now is back on the defense, which is not where they were expecting to be on the power play. A 9 with an even face-off is going to the visiting left wing, so that's over to Lucic. Lucic, who's been very valuable for the Bruins today. A 13 is a 6. That should be a shot on goal with the man advantage. Block +1, though. So right now, block is 1. 2 opposing defensemen. Do we ignore block on the power play? That doesn't make sense. I swear that doesn't make sense that we wouldn't. Well, whatever the case. Yeah, that'll get blocked over to the left defenseman, over to Tremblay. (16) is a 28. Shorthanded. Will be intercepted by Crowder. Canadiens can't get it out. 33 is a 1. That'll be a shot on goal. His shot range is a 34, adjusted for the power play. 66, though, won't be on target. Dryden should find this one. 52 is a 27, though, which will be a shot on goal for the third highest shot frequency unless we pass a clear. So third highest shot frequency will be Lucic. We've got to check the clear, though. Total clearing rating are equal to or greater than a 2-dice roll. So their clear rating is a 5. Puck will get cleared for a defensive zone face-off, which will tick off 30 seconds. Right, puck is still an even face-off. 20 or so, an 8, going to the visiting center. So over to Casper. (65) is a 35 with the man advantage. Penalty for 2 minutes on Casper. So Casper is going off for. So Casper, Boston. We have had a lot of penalties in this one. Let's see, is there somewhere I can come with this? There we go. Casper is going to be going off for slashing. 2-minute penalty, third period at 10 minutes. Which means we're going to 4-on-4. We'll tick off 30 seconds for that. And both teams have to go to 3-4 checkers. But it's looking like Boston's probably going to stay in control of this one. So Lucic has to try to take the face-off against Lemaire. Lemaire's going to have a 3-point advantage. A 3 is going to Tremblay. Now Montreal is probably going to need to start thinking pretty soon about pulling Dryden for an extra attacker. Tremblay, a 52, is a 27 with 3-4 checkers. Will be interception and shot on goal for the center, but we don't have a center because he just got sent to the sin bin. 42 is a 14, which will trigger an ODAI. 18, which with 3-4 checkers won't get adjusted, so that'll be a pass. Let's see where it's going first. 1, I believe the pass goes to the highest shot frequency, which will be, looks like it'll be Lemaire. Then we roll again. If the roll is equal to or below 41, Lemaire will let loose with a shot. 31, Lemaire will let one fly. Are we plus shot, plus anything on even 4-on-4? I don't think so. Wait, I think we are plus, I think everybody's +2 on 4-on-4. So yeah, Lemaire will be a 26 on the shot range, which that won't be on target. Thomas will come up with the save. 45 is a 5. That'll be picked up by Crowder, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Which will bring Montreal to the power play now. So they'll get their power play unit out. Over to Robinson. But Crowder with the puck right now with Boston shorthanded. 35 is a 3. Shorthanded. That's a shot on goal as a forward is playing the point, which they're not, but it'll be a neutral zone face-off. All right, so we've got all that straight now. Montreal on the power play for a neutral zone face-off. Lucic has got to take this one. He's going to be a plus. He's down 3 on the face-off. An 11 going to Lucic, though. So Lucic actually does pick up the win on the face-off. So over to Lucic we go. 65 is a 36. Shorthanded. Will be a defensive zone face-off, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. I think we have one more sequence, and then... Yeah, one more sequence, and then we get Boston back to full strength. Right, another face-off in the neutral zone. That'll be a 6 with an advantage plus 3 advantage center. So Lemaire wins it back to himself. Lemaire. 25 is a 1. That should be a shot on goal. Yep, with the man advantage. Okay, so his shot range is a 26. .31 won't be on target. Thomas should find this one. .42 is a 4. That'll be a save picked up by the left wing. Tick off 30 seconds, and that will do it for Boston's penalty. So we're back over to Lucic. And now Montreal is starting to think about when do they pull the goalie. Boston's going down to 1 forechecker. Montreal is staying at 3. 45 for Lucic is a 26, which with 1 forechecker. Interception and shot on goal by the left wing. So over to Gainey. 34. We'll tick off 30 seconds for that. 41 won't be on target, though, so Thomas should find this one. 64 is a 4. That'll be a save and picked up by the left wing. Tick off another 30 seconds. So right back to Lucic. Boston's going to try to go for a line change. 31 will get picked up by the opposing right wing. So that'll be over to Lafleur. They'll make their change. Montreal is going to try to go for a change as well. 45 will get picked up by the opposing left defenseman. I'm not playing with, like I said, I'm not playing with dump and chase. So over to Sweeney. And I think once Montreal gets the puck back, they probably are going to pull Dryden. 43 is a 29. This is probably where they're pulling Dryden. Intercepted by the left defenseman. Tick off 30 seconds. And now Montreal is going to pull Dryden for the extra attacker. They're going to put... they're going to make Milan their extra attacker. So Milan is in for Montreal as their extra attacker. And I believe there's another set of charts for that. Extra skater. Yep. Okay. So Montreal now with the extra attacker out. Lapointe with the puck. 21 is a 31. They're going to pass unless the intimidation is... Okay, I got to check intimidation now for Boston again. 3, 6, 11... 6 is 17, so Boston will definitely intercept the puck. It's going to the... Okay, let me just double check that. 21 is a 31. It's going to the left wing and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Alright, so over to Marcotte. Now if a shot rating is on target with the net empty, it's an automatic goal. Marcotte with a 22. That's a 1, so I believe that'll trigger an ODAI check. 5, 10, 12, 20. Probably 20. I don't know if the all shot ranges for skaters on the opposing team. Right. All shot ranges for skaters are raised by 20. Yikes. Okay, so I don't think we use ODAI with the man advantage. I've never had to pull the goalie. Right. Okay, so yeah. So that'll be a shot on goal for Marcotte. This is a shot range of 20, so his shot range is a 52. If this is on target, this is an automatic goal. 56 is not quite on target, though, so that's a very fortunate break for Montreal. How do we handle the treat out-of-range shots as icing? Alright, so that's an out-of-range shot, which means that'll be an icing, and we tick off... Do we tick off 30? I don't think we do, actually. We're not going to tick off 30, then. So Montreal is going to have an offensive zone face-off. Their advantage is +2, 7, going to the advantaged center, so Jarvis. A 34 is a 31 with the extra skater. Will be pass unless the intimidation is 14, which it is. It's a 17. That'll be intercepted by the left wing. And we'll tick off 30 seconds down to 5 minutes left. Marcotte. 65 is a 29. Interception and shot on goal for the left defense, so back to LaPointe. 23 is a shot range. That's not on target. 54. Thomas should come up with that one. .22 is a 2. And I just covered the goalie chart, didn't I? Picked up by the right defenseman. We'll tick off another 30 seconds. So over to Milbury. Montreal trying to get this game under control. They had to pull their goalie to try to get 3. 53 is a 19, which will be a pass. Wait. Pass the AR shot on goal. Okay, so they pass. We got to figure out who it's going to. Six is the third highest shot frequency, I believe, which is 42, 17, 17. Who's taken the fewest shots out of Marcotte or O'Reilly? We'll go alphabetical, so it'll go to Marcotte from Milbury. Shot range is a 52 because the net's empty. That's a 36, so that will be an empty net goal for Marcotte. There we go. Empty net goal. I think we had an assist from Milbury, and we'll roll for a second assist here. Actually, we'll see if we have more than one assist. 1 point. Right, 21. Yes, we will have a second assist. And it'll be from the right wing, so from Milbury and O'Reilly. Third period at 15:30. We're coming down to it, folks. So it is now 6-2. So it is now 6-2 Boston, and I think Montreal is going to put Dryden back in because pulling the goalie isn't really going to change anything at this point. And at this point, I think fans in Montreal are not happy with the way their Canadiens are performing tonight. So we're going to go ahead and make our line changes. At this point, I think everybody just wants the game to be over. 8, 10, 18 on the ODAI. Forecheck, 10. Intimidation, 10, 15. And clearing of 6 for Montreal. For Boston, they're going to leave their personnel on. Let's see, 7, 11, 19 on their ODAI, 11, 17 intimidation, 4, 4, 5, 13 forecheck on their forwards, and 7 clearing. Okay. All right, so we're going to leave the forechecking situation as is. It's 6-2 Boston. Boston, I think, just wants this one to be over. Face-off is +2 to Montreal. 8 is going to the advantaged right defenseman, so Brisebois. Again, my French is horrendous. Don't come at me in the comments, please. And be nice as far as the feedback goes on this one. That's my first time playing a game like this. So over to Brisebois we go. 25 is a 7 with 3 forecheckers. Shot on goal. Well, actually 19 is going to turn that into an 8. Shot on goal unless forecheck is equal to 10. Otherwise it's a wide shot, and it is a wide shot. All right, combined clearing rating. The roll is greater, which it's not. So shot on goal, forecheck equals to 10. So I believe... Let me just double check that, because I still don't... Not clear. Okay, check the wide shot chart. So 6. Shot on goal for the second highest shot frequency, which is actually 19, 15. Looks like it's Carbonneau getting a shot on goal. Shot range of a 31. That will be on target, shockingly. Let's see if Thomas comes up with this one. 41 is a 6. He will make the save and smother that one for a defensive zone face-off tick-off 30 seconds. We'll make a change for Boston. Montreal is going to leave their personnel as is. Okay. So 3:30 left to go in the game. 6-2 Boston. Hopefully we can get the final horn to sound here pretty soon. Face-off is +2 to Montreal. 11. Going over to Nealon. Let's see what Christopher Nealon can do with it. 65 is a 37 with 3 forecheckers. Fighting. Oh, jeez. Well, it looks like we're going to be at 4-on-4 for the rest of the game, most likely. Let's see if he has any opponents. Jonathan, potentially. No. Neely. Neely will bite, so Nolan and Neely will go off for fighting, and we'll be 4-on-4 for the rest of the ride here. And Neely. Third period at 5 minutes. So we're going to be 4-on-4 for the rest of the game here at, that is 16:30 of the third period. All right, so we'll go. We'll just put our 4-on-4 personnel on, and that's probably where we're going to end the game. Yep, okay. Before we get into what I hope will be the last sequence of the game, I need to take a small break. We're going 4-on-4 the rest of the way. So face-off is even. Snake Eyes is who's getting tossed. Seven, the visitors. So Casper is getting tossed, which means Lucic has got to come in. He's going to be a -3 against Lemaire. That's a 3 going to the advantage left defenseman, so is Svoboda. Let's see what Svoboda can do with this. 44 is a 1, which I'm sure will trigger an ODAI adjustment. Yep. Down to 2. That'll still be a shot on goal, though. So +2, it'll be a 16. That won't be on target. Thomas will come up with a save. $55 is a 2, which means he'll move it over to the right defense, over to Bork, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. Back to Bork. 65 is a 29. That'll get intercepted and a shot on goal by the left defenseman over to Svoboda. Tick off 30 seconds. Shot range is a 16. Once again, not on target. Thomas will come up with that one. .21 is a 6, which will get smothered for a defensive zone face-off, and we'll tick off 30 seconds. 2 minutes to play in the game. 6-2 Boston. Defensive zone face-off for Boston. Even face-off, 8. Going to the visiting center, so over to Casper. 7:23 face-offs. So over to Casper. .53 is a 19 with an offensive zone win. Intercepted by the left defenseman. We'll tick off 30 seconds. Over to Svoboda we go. 54 is a 32 with 3 forecheckers. Will be a pass unless the intimidation on the opposing team is over 16. So he'll pass it over to... It's only 15, I checked that. So he'll pass it to Gainey. Gainey now with the puck. 63 is a 25. Intercepted and shot on goal by Bork. Tick off 30 seconds. Shot range for Bork is going to be a 23. That is on target with a 12. Right, Bork. That's what I'm looking for. 4. Let's see if Dryden can come up with this one. 14 is a 30. I highly doubt it, and he cannot. That will be in by Ray Bork. So that'll be his second goal of the day. We'll roll for assists here in a second. All right, 1.75 assists per team. Right. 1.74, which actually drops down to 1.7. 64, actually unassisted. So Bork actually with an unassisted goal there. 3 at 19, actually at, 19. So this should be the last sequence of the game as we go back to center ice for our last face-off. So it's actually now 7-2 Boston. Our face-off is a 6, even face-off, going to the visiting right wing, which we don't have. Four going to the home right defenseman, which we do have in Brisebois. .52 is a 27 with 3 forecheckers. Intercepted and shot on goal for the center. There we are. This will be a 25 shot for Casper. 53 will not be on target. Let's see what Dryden does here. 21 be a 6. Save and smothered for a defensive zone face-off, but the horn will sound, and that will do it for this game. So the Boston Bruins walk into Montreal and send the Canadian fans home unhappy with a 7-2, right? Yes. By a final score of 7-2, Boston walks all over Montreal. Shots were 39-18 Boston. Montreal won in the face-off department, though. 27-23, and this ended up getting very physical toward the middle part of the game. Second period, we had a lot of penalties called, but let's go ahead and wrap this video up. So this was let me grab my script here. This was actually quite a long video, and I knew going in it was going to be a fairly long one, but I still don't think I was quite ready for that. But I kind of enjoyed this one, even with a lot of having to stop and look up numbers. I was trying to. That's what I was trying to do with the dice here to try to make it flow a little bit better. But I think I don't know. It just seems the breaking up of the flow kind of bothered me a little bit, but we managed to get through it okay. Probably not too many probably some mistakes. So be nice in the comments section, please. But anyway, I'm rambling, so let's wrap this video up. We're getting into a busy period on the channel, but we're not quite there yet. Wednesday, we're going to take a break from New Game November to revisit an old favorite as we play Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight. And next week, we're debuting Arc Nova from Pure Land Spiel. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.